Hello, welcome to this class. Today, this class is based on the element of the earth, and the concepts of that are to, it's an earthy quality, so to feel grounded and to pay attention to the foundation of our poses, this support system from underneath upwards, and there's this structure element and steadiness. So we'll be using a chair because most people have a chair at home and you may or may not want to mat. And let's get started. We will start in mountain pose. So with your feet hip distance apart, right hip alignment right here. And just feel all four corners of the feet grounding. I sometimes like to lift and spread the toes and then lift up and push down at the same time. So you can feel your quads turn on and then set the toes down. All right, turn the hands open up through the shoulders, and then start to lift the crown of the head up. So already we feel like a mountain. There's this toning in the body. There's a bit of a hugging in, cinching in around the waist as we lift and ground down at the same time. And just take 3 breaths here, in through the nose and out. Slow, deep breath in. And a smooth breath out. And last one here, as you breathe in, really feel that your muscles are hugging towards your bones. You're lengthening up through the spine. And as you breathe out, you've got this same stability and foundation happening through your feet. And you're just softening your skin. And then let's take the right arm up, all the way up as tall as you can go. Take a big breath in, reach through every finger, and slide your left hand down, stretching through the side body. And you can choose if you like to look up or if you'd prefer to look down towards the floor. And then slowly come on up, take it to the other side, reach up through the left arm, breathe in, and then slide the right hand down, exhale. Big breath in, lift up through both arms, and then come up onto your tippy toes and make a cactus shape with your arms. So stay onto your tippy toes, feel your shoulder blades squeezing in behind you. Take the tiniest of back bends, so you're just opening up through the chest. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, you'll push your hands forward, your heels down, bend your knees, and then look inwards. You can go as low as you want. Inhale, come up, tippy toe cactus. If you want to challenge yourself, you can look up. And then as you exhale, heels down, hands push forward. And drive your belly inwards towards your spine. Do that 2 more. Moving with your breath carries you through the poses. Feel your feet pushing down. Inhale to rise, open. Exhale, push. Nice, slowly come back up. And we'll take our feet wider into a goddess stance. So the toes are out, the heels are in. Slide your hands down to your knees. And just begin to push your knees out, opening up into the inner groin, and locate or have a look-see at your feet, that your knees and your toes are pointing in the same direction here. So if you need to adjust it a little bit, go for that. And just sway from side to side, settling into the strength, the support of the legs. And then meet in the middle. Bring your hands slowly, you have like genie arms. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you'll twist towards the left, Take your left arm with you like you're shooting it back. Bring it back to center and go the other way. Genie arms to the right, and like you're chucking a frisbee, slow motion behind you. Bring it back. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Arm goes out with you. Bring it back. Get a little bit deeper and then stand all the way up. Whew. And we'll take our chair. I'm going to spin it so that I've got the higher side towards me just for some balance. So similar what we did before, but just on one foot this time. So I'm going to start on my left side. With your left foot down, your right leg lifted. And then just take that cactus shape with the right arm and start to draw your right foot back behind you. You can bend your left knee a little bit and inhale to lift your gaze to the ceiling. As you exhale, you'll push your hand forward, push your foot forward, and bend your left knee. Inhale to open. Exhale, push, bend. You can get as low as you want in this chair pose here. And open and back bendy as you like on the inhale. 2 more. And reach. Feel your foot pushing down to lift you up. Keep your right knee with you. And then we'll open it up in a tree pose. So foot towards the inner thigh. You can hold it here if it doesn't want to stay. Or you can bring it down towards the calf muscle or the toes on the floor. I'm going to keep mine up here. I like to put that heel right up as high as it can go and then engage the thigh muscle to push into the foot. And then feel all this energy growing down, earthy, like you're growing roots. Hand can be to the knee. And if you've got your balance, you can take both hands to heart center and maybe start growing up. But all from the base of the support in the bottom foot. Your whole left leg is strong, pushing down so that you can lift up and rise. And if you want to challenge your balance, you can look up. Nice, hands can float back down. Landing down here. And keep your right hand on your right knee. Just take the left arm up for a side bend here. Just a small guy. Good. And then with control, try to pop it off. And we'll change sides. I'm just going to keep the chair here on this side. Oh, actually, I want the other hand. Pop it over to the other side of the mat. Right hand to the chair. Left leg, take it behind you. Open up through the shoulder like that cactus shape or a flying locust. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll push the foot forward, push the hand forward, and turn your gaze inwards. So 5 times here. All the while you feel like you've got these roots growing through your feet, so you have this steady connection to the earth. Make this last one your biggest opening and your deepest chair. Should feel your quad turning on there. And then we'll come into tree pose, the left foot up. You've got those options where you can bring it to the calf or the foot to the floor or hold it here. And when you found your balance, maybe one hand, the other hand. And just take a moment, so never rushing, just feeling out the position. And same thing as mountain, from the waist down, there's a heaviness and there's a spreading. And then upwards from the waist, there's a lifting. When you're ready, arms can come up. They can open like a tree. And lastly, you can take your gaze up. Take one more inhale. And then rewind back where you came from. Just find that chair for support. Left hand down. You can keep your hand onto the chair or reach it up for a little side bend. Inhale, both arms reach. And then let's set the foot down. And we'll spin this chair around here. So we've got the smaller side down. Nice. So this is kind of mimicking yoga blocks, except it's way higher, so it's actually kind of nice. So we'll bring our right foot forward, our left leg back for pyramid pose. I like to start with both hands behind, so I've got like this lumbar curve here, grabbing hold of the elbows. Have it so your feet are like on train tracks rather than on one single line. So they're sort of hip distance apart. Back foot is turned in. Both feet are pushing down, and almost like you're trying to stretch the mat longer with your feet. So you're pulling them apart from each other. Take a little back bend as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, move slowly. Tiny bend in your right knee. Draw that right hip crease back. And so you're coming about halfway, and then you can take your hands towards the chair. I'm going to push my chair forward. And really start to sink in as deep as you want to go. But you can stay quite upright here. Or walk forward. So nice support. You can drop your head. Feel this, the foundation of your pose, the stretching of your feet away from each other. And then bend into your right knee and roll your spine up. And we'll just pivot towards the side of the mat. Same stance in the feet. The back foot turns parallel to the edge of the mat. And we'll find triangle pose. So I like to bend the knee so it doesn't lock and turn in. Little bend, point it towards the toes, reach the right hand forward, left hand stays on the hip. And then you've got this chair support here. Left arm can come up. And if you want, you can keep your front knee bent or you can straighten it. And same thing here, try to stretch the mat with your feet and reach your top arm over like you're trying to reach for the top of the chair. Breathe in, feel the stretch through the side body. And then as you exhale, bend into your right knee. Come all the way up into warrior two. You may want to lengthen the stance if it's a bit short. So your knee is right over your ankle. We'll reverse the warrior, look straight up. And then come all the way back into triangle pose. Hand lands to the chair, straighten the leg, and the arm comes up, maybe overhead if you want. Let's go one more like that. Inhale. Exhale into triangle. And then slowly come back up. Hands to the hips. And we'll step the back foot forward and change sides. Pyramid pose, left leg forward. So set up your feet hip distance apart. Grab hold of your elbows the opposite way that you did before. Legs are firm, pushing down. Feel the ground beneath you through the sensations of the feet. And then lift the chest, lean back, super strong back leg. Breathe in. And very slowly come forward so you can feel everything that you need to feel and adjust along the way. So I take the lock out of my knee. I actively draw that left hip back, stretch the chest forward, and try to keep the tiny lumbar curve here. And then when you're ready, hands come forward, and you can get into the depth of your pyramid pose as your body invites you in. Few breaths. And then bending into your left knee, roll up. Just rounding through the spine, turning the other way. So a triangle stance, make it a longer triangle because we're going to come into warrior two. So fairly long stance. Take a tiny bend in the front knee so you can track the knee in the same direction as the toes. And then reach the left arm forward. Take the right hand to the hip. Arm can come up and overhead. Bending into the left knee. Finding that warrior two, and we'll tilt it into a reverse. As you exhale, come forward. And just move into your particular body. It doesn't have to look a certain way. You're just feeling the support of your legs as you reach up and over. And then transitioning mindfully to the other side. Inhale back into warrior two. Hands to the hips, straighten the front leg, and then we'll step the back foot all the way forwards again. Spinning towards the front. Matt wants to move. Now pretend like your right leg's gonna sit in this chair here. So you've got it as a guide. And we're gonna bring the left leg up. So you've just got the support of your right foot for now. We're in a chair pose with the left foot hovering. So tiny little bobs up and down. So you've got this solid, reliable leg here. And then step the left foot out. Reach your left arm with it. Your right leg's gonna mimic sitting in the chair. Left hand comes towards the toes. Right arm comes up. Breathe in. And then like you're bowling, this top arm's gonna come forward. You're gonna come into a lunge pose onto the back tippy toes. Reach both arms up. Straighten both legs. Find your balance. And then let the back knee drop down. Open up through the chest like you're gonna give someone a hug, really weirdly. And then lean forward, reach the arms forward, lift the back knee, come all the way back up. Spin the back heel down, rebend that right knee, lift the left toes, like an airplane tilting to the side. Nice. And then come all the way up. Let's turn both toes. Actually, let's bring the feet a little bit closer, toes out, heels in, hands in front of you. Feel the feet pressing down. Lift the chest, take an inhale. Exhale, knees go out. Kind of like goddess, except all the way into a squat. So your butt goes back, way back, and then try to scoop it under. Not everybody's heels want to stay on the floor, and if that's not you, you've got a couple options. You can work harder, stay with your butt more upright, or kind of get into your hips a little bit more and come onto your tippy toes. And you can work one foot down at a time. Because we're down here, we might as well take a side bend. So coming onto the left tippy toes, take the left arm in front of the knee, open the right arm out, and push your hand into the knee. Right heel goes down. And then change to the other side. Shift over, right arm in front of the right knee so the heel can stay lifted. Left heel goes down. Open the arm, breathe in. Back towards center, settle into your squat. And then push strongly through the legs, come all the way up. Both arms lift up, squeeze your butt cheeks together, hands to heart center. And we'll do all that on the other side. We'll leave the chair because we didn't really need it, so we'll step left foot to the other side of the mat. Mimicking just chair pose in that left leg, hover the right foot. You can bring your hands to your hips or out to the side if you want some balance. And we're gonna step the foot way out, keep the toes lifted, and then dive the right hand down. Your left butt is going back, left arm comes up. Breathe in. Like you're bowling, top arm's gonna forwards and down. Spinning towards the chair, come onto the back tippy toes. So you're in like a high crescent. Slowly straighten the front leg, maybe turn your gaze up. Push your feet away from each other. And then settle the back knee down. Open your arms up with an inhale. You can start to shift your hips forward. And then as you exhale, hands come forward. Lift the back knee. Come all the way up. And then pivot the back heel down again. Diving that right arm down, right toes up. Left hip back. Nice. Stand all the way up. We're gonna end in a squat pose again. Feet out, arms lift up. And as you exhale, hands to the center of the heart, knees go out wide. Put your elbows in front of your knees first. Your butt goes back. And then scoop the butt under. Beautiful. So just bring one hand behind you, the other hand, find a seat, or you can sit in the chair if you want to. And we'll take 3 breaths, trying to focus the mind into one point. So feel the seat beneath you connecting to the earth. Feel yourself lifting out of your pelvis like a plant growing out of the ground is what your spine is like, growing out of your pelvis. Soften the shoulders, lift your chest as you inhale. Try to keep your rib cage softening down as well. And as you exhale, you're emptying everything out completely. Keep exhaling. And 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in, all the way up to the top. All the way to the bottom. Good. Open your eyes. I hope you feel more grounded and connected to the earth below you and that earth element. Thank you for practicing with me. I'll see you in the next class.